Hey guys, thank you for joining me once again at the Table of Truth. This is the place where we talk about the truth and nothing but the truth. I am Dr. Dani Lee Harris, and today I'm talking about how do we forgive somebody that isn't sorry? This is a tough one, guys. All right, I'm just going to be 100 with you. It is hard to forgive somebody when they've wronged you and you feel like, yo, you did me dirty, you did me wrong, and you ain't even sorry about it. There's no remorse there. But we got to understand a few things, a few points in order to move past someone who isn't sorry. Because moving past means freeing ourselves in order to live our authentic truth and live our best life. Point number one, you have got to understand that forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is a gift to oneself. I'm forgiving you because it frees me. I forgive you because it allows my mind to not be plagued and bound down by negative thoughts, which controls my emotions. And then my heart is heavy because I'm thinking about how you wronged me and all the things you did to me, and you over there living your best life after you did me dirty. That is the feelings that you release yourself from when you allow yourself the gift of freedom. And freedom comes from forgiveness. Forgive. It is Christmas early. So make sure you give yourself the biggest gift you can give yourself, the gift of forgiveness. Number two, understand how karma works. And this is important, guys. When we do something to other people, karma doesn't pay us back for what we actually did. Because sometimes mistakes happen. And you're not paid back for mistakes, but you are paid back for intent. So if I intently try to hurt somebody, that's when it leaves a mark of karma that has to come back my way. All right? If you learn that point, it will change your perspective of, and it will also help you to control what it is that you do and the actions that we all take. Self-accountability. If I do something with ill intent, I'm going to get that back tenfold. All right? So that's how karma works. However, we can actually stop other people's karma. So I know you're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean by that? I'm glad you asked. When someone does something to us and their intent was wrong and they meant to hurt us, and we then take their karma from them by reacting. So reaction stops other people's karma. Let me explain a little bit better. So I go and I do something to hurt you, and my intent was to hurt you. But then you're sitting over there wishing all this illness on me and wishing that, I go and jump in front of a bus, or, I crash my car, or you wishing ill on me, because everything's energy, right? So karma is energy, and the energy sits with the person sending out the ill will, right? Because they're being paid back for their intent. But when I go and take that energy from them, I do that by wishing badness on them, by wishing, oh, you did me wrong. Oh, I'm going to go back, and my intent is to hurt you back. So now you've taken the karma from them and you've placed that karma on your lap. All right? So you can actually take over somebody else's karma. I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that. I don't want your karma. You did me wrong, and your intent was to do me wrong. I want that karma and that intent and all that energy to stay right with you. All right? So I'm not going to jump in the middle of karma by the get back, by getting you back. Because when I go to get you back, I've just taken your karma and put it in my lap. So no. You can have your karma. I'm going to keep my karma. Number three, change your perspective. A lot of times things is done to us, and we have this attitude of, woe's me, you did me wrong. It's a natural response. It's a human response to feel bad when somebody hurts you or when somebody does something bad to you. However, we got to get out of the woe's me mentality, because it keeps us in this place, of this blackness and this illness. And it actually starts to physically manifest into illness as well. But it keeps us in this place that's not a good place. When someone does something bad to you, when someone does you wrong, you can actually release yourself from that by not having the victim mentality. And it took me a long time, guys, to figure this out. But when someone does me wrong, I still am able to wish them well and be like, man, that was messed up, man. That was foul. But you know what? That's your karma. You got to deal with it. It's going to come back to you. I'm good on you. And be at peace with that, understanding that one thing that will never change, karma has a GPS and it's coming for the person with the ill intent, period. I promise you. I don't know anybody who hasn't been wronged by at least one other person in their life. Yeah, man, bad things happen to good people and bad things happen to people, period. So, yeah, you messed me over, man. That's really foul, man. You did me dirty, man. You cheated on me, man. You hurt me, man. You did something to my child. You owe me money and didn't want to pay me back. I mean, yeah, that's dirty stuff, man. Why would you do that? Knowing I gave you my last, and you still wouldn't even be courteous enough to be as good to me as I was to you. And understand that it is your good intent that you're going to get paid back 10 times for. It may not be from the person that wronged you, but you're going to get it back. Somebody else is going to come in and bless your life because of your good intent. You want to live your best authentic life, right? You can't do that being bogged down emotionally and being heavy all the time because of what people, do to you. Man, leave that stuff with the person who did it. Leave it right there on their lap. I'm telling you, it's going to help change your life. When people are ill or when people are sick, do we go running to the hospital and say, yo, let me take their illness. Let me take your illness. I got you. Nah, we don't do that. Leave that illness with them. When people are in a bad space, they do bad things. It's like a tumor, man. I don't want your tumor. You can keep your tumor. I'm going to give you back your tumor. All right? Guys, you got to understand, it's how we think about a situation that keeps us emotionally bogged down. Number 4, understand your part in the situation. A lot of times when we have been wronged, we are sitting with the emotion of the hurt or the pain or the anger, whatever it is that's emotionally got you, wrapped up at the moment. So when you do that, inadvertently, we don't look at ourselves. We don't take that mirror and say, well, what part did I play in this situation? What did I do and how did I contribute to what happened to me? And the reason why that's important is because when you change the way you do things, you change the outcomes of situations to come for you. So that means if there's a situation where there's conflict and two people have a conflict and I actually did something to this person and inadvertently I didn't recognize that I did something to this person and I don't recognize what I did, then guess what? I'm going to go ahead and repeat that behavior in another situation. It may have the same outcome. You don't want to have repetitive situations with the same outcome. You want to change the outcomes of situations. So the way that we do that is by understanding our part in every conflict, in every situation. How did I play a part in that? All right. None of us are perfect. We all have flaws and shortcomings. So if I have a conflict with somebody, say it's it's somebody I'm dating and, we have a conflict. It doesn't take one person for conflict. It has to take two. So there's conflict coming to me, and I'm also exhibiting conflict in a situation. So I have to say, what did I do, and how did I handle the situation that I could have done better in order to bring a different result in my life and for me and in this situation? Once you understand that, you're freeing yourself from a lot of turmoil to come down the road if you learn how to look at self. How did I misinterpret the communication? These are things that we need to ask ourselves. Conflict comes from miscommunication. See, communication goes like this. I send out a message, the receiver receives the message, then they interpret the message, and then they have a understanding of what was said, stated, or communicated. If my interpretation isn't on the same page as the person sending the communication, then there's going to be conflict. That's how conflict works. I misunderstood what was being communicated. And the way that we change that is by getting clarity. In psychology, you learn how to receive a message, interpret it, and then give it back to make sure that both the sender and the receiver is on the same page. And if you're not, get on the same page. Oh, I thought you meant this. Nah, oh, no, I got it. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you were saying this. And the person's saying, no, I was saying that. Okay, now we're on the same page. Now we can move on. So also understand this, guys. People cannot love you if they don't love themselves. Because when we love ourselves, we understand that our actions directly affect other people. And we don't necessarily want to send out bad, ill intent actions. So recognizing that, someone wronged you or someone did something bad to you is a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. They may not care about themselves enough to recognize and want to take responsibility for what they do for other people. Number 5, guys, love yourself enough to let it go. Stress kills. When we allow people to wrong us and we hold all of that pressure of life within us, it physically makes you sick. It mentally makes you bogged down. It emotionally affects us. And when your emotions and your mental is all up and down, you're actually hurting yourself. And you're making yourself sick. Love yourself enough to want to stay free from sickness of other people's nonsense and mess. Leave people's mess right on their lap. Leave people's karma right on their lap. The way that I have learned to let things go is by stillness. When the waves is choppy to me in the ocean, that is turbulence. That is conflict. That is contrast. When the water is still, that is peace to me. Peace comes to me in stillness. So how do I get still? I actually meditate or I pray. That helps me to still this, which is the hardest thing to control, is our own mind. You ever try to go to sleep and your mind is just going blah, 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 and you're like, why can't I stop my mind? Why can't I stop these thoughts? I'm thinking about everything and anything but sleep. Once you learn how to control your mind, the waves become smooth. And you do that by learning how to be still. Still your thoughts. Quiet your mind. And the only way to get to that is through meditation. Meditating yourself to a place of peace. Letting things go in the place of meditation. Learning how to love yourself in quietness and love on you in quietness. The objective is to just be still. Not think, stop thought. And it's taken me years to master stopping thought. But when I start to think of a situation where somebody wronged me, you have one thought, and then another thought, and another thought, then that chain of thoughts, and before you know it, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling some type of way because they messed me up. Whereas when that first thought comes, and I'm able to grab that thought and say, nah, I'm good. I don't want to think about that. I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to come out of my situation. I'm going to change that thought pattern. I'm going to think about something positive. I'm going to do something positive. I'm going to give of myself in some way. It actually stops that thought and stops that pattern from repeating itself and allowing me to be in a place where I'm not at peace. I want to be at peace. And I would hope that you would want to be at peace as well. Meditation changed my life. It really has calmed my spirit. It has made me be able to let things go and allow myself to just be in this place of peace. So meditation literally will change your life. And I know how frustrating meditation can be, especially in the beginning when you're trying to learn to stop thought. Because the moment you think about, let me stop thought, you get more thoughts. And more thoughts and more thoughts and more thoughts. But stick with it. Learn how to concentrate on your breathing by concentrating on one single point. It could be looking at a candle flame. It could be listening to guided meditations and closing your eyes. That helped me learn how to do it on my own. So in the beginning, I would just concentrate on my deep breathing. I would do deep breathing techniques. And then from there, I went and learned how to look at flames. And now I'm so good at it, I can actually do awake walking meditation, which is I'm walking around, but I'm actually meditating. My eyes is open. I'm watching where I'm going, but I'm actually in a place of stillness mentally. That is the best place to be, guys. It will change your life. How do we forgive somebody who isn't sorry? It's going to happen, guys. It's going to be a time in your life where somebody's going to wrong you. They're not going to be sorry. I hope this video helped you, and please leave me comments Let's wrap it up about it. If you have any questions, I hit you back. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And share, and subscribe, and like. Till the next video, guys. I'll catch you later.